We're back. Welcome back to season 1 here of Chase's Story Time. This is actually featuring now episode 5, and we have the mid-century modern house here that you're actually going to see. And I'm really stoked that I get to use it here in this story as well. Don't mind this. I actually have been having issues. I don't even want to talk about. So yeah, now I'm back here. It's nothing serious or anything crazy. It's just like I have crazy weird acne that like sprouts up at weird sporadic times, and it's just like one thing that's really super hideous. And I don't wear makeup, so it's like there. And I also am not masking this out. So this is me for real. Yes. Love it or hate it. So I am actually featuring this ball game between kind of the guys at the house because I thought it'd be really fun and just to kind of bring in that house a little bit. I really loved the mid-century modern mansion that I made, and I'm so grateful for like the almost like 130 downloads now on the gallery. And you guys are just like rock stars, and I am so grateful. And just really appreciate the simming community, and I hope you guys find this entertaining. So we are now following everyone at the main house here, and we are decorating the halls. Yes, so we have all kinds of fun little festive activities for Winterfest. So it was actually really funny because I had to like do it twice because the first New Year's that they kind of had, it kind of like flew by really fast because I wasn't really prepared for it to just like creep up. And like they were so busy at the club and like having fun and stuff that just kind of like got away from them. So I did too. I actually like reversed time again and like let them go back and do it all over again. Because if anything, a lot of people probably wish that, 2020 was maybe like a do-over year. So that's why we have generation 1 of 2020, right? So we have 2021, and I'm super stoked. Lots of opportunity. We've all probably learned a lot in 2020. So I think it's really fun and super, super cool and rad that we get the chance to, just kind of take everything that we learned and just kind of scoop it all up and then carry it along with us into 2021. And that may even be some unfortunate tragedies and some maybe job losses or things like that. And my heart goes out with every single person that's been affected. And I know that 2021 is going to be a lot better for all of us. It just has to be. I'm banking on it, and I just imagine that regardless, like we're really going to get there. And so we are now burning money, actually, believe it or not. So it's crazy, but some of this I wanted to have as a metaphor a little bit for 2020 as itself, because there are a lot of different kind of households and a lot of different circumstances happening within 2020, like there's a whole scale of either the haves or the have-nots and kind of where everyone's going. And we're all really learning a lot though, like regardless of what scale you're on. So it's just really good to kind of take whatever opportunity you have and just kind of move forward, and just keep going, because that's really what's going to make the world a better place, is taking the opportunities we learned and then what other chances we have and just kind of maximizing every chance we have. So that's where we're now lighting the Christmas tree here at the house. I am really, really excited actually to kind of show you guys this. I had this like cute little seating arrangement and stuff kind of set up in the house, and I was like, oh, I know a better way I could do this. Now it's for the holiday. Oh my gosh, dang it, our power went out. Crap. Okay, so now I gotta figure out the power situation. That's a whole drama mess. Oh my gosh. And Uh, because it was like an old house, like this has not really been properly retrofitted necessarily. Yeah. So it actually like uses a lot of power, and then they had to spend like quite a bit of simoleons to pay the power bill. So for a moment here, you're gonna not have any power because silly goose, nobody paid the power bill, and it was like 20,000 simoleons. Yeah, like it was something really astronomical. And then I like looked at the bills and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, are you kidding me? Like, it's that real. Like, I mean, it's really not. Like, I cannot imagine possibly having a bill that high, even for like a house that's like kind of a, you know, a mansion with several bedrooms and stuff, like, still. So now the guys are in here. We're actually at the kitchen, and our guy is actually making some really fun treats for this evening. You know, if you were paying attention, I kind of saw what it was. You might understand and know. But yeah, they're edible cookies. So yeah, he is a little bit of a foodie, but he's the modern, you know, super sophisticated foodie that likes to incorporate all of the herbs and spices in his meals and his desserts. So yes, he is making weed cookies. And so we've got that going on. And then Batista, he actually just started popping popcorn. So they're going to have some popcorn and stuff going on. And there's like all kinds of fun little things. And yeah, we like blew past that first Winterfest too, like, cause I just like was not properly prepared. So we're gonna end up like kind of going through that a little bit as well as I progress through time. So that's why this episode is like 22 minutes, and it probably could have been a little shorter, but it was all about really the interaction too. And you know, there's a lot of weird drama stuff kind of happening throughout the series too. And then there's some that like happen off camera because, you know, as there's just not enough time, you know, to really squeeze everything in. And so there might have been some accidental deaths and or some extra tea and things that might happen in like a later like behind the scenes slash like reunion episode. So depending on how well this series does, I may actually have them come back, and we might have the producer reach out to them and have them come back for a reunion episode after episode 6, which is the next episode and the finale of this series. So now we have our other guy that she like, you know, she put the ring on it last episode, if you remember. Yeah, totally. Holly put the ring on it with Knox. And now she knew he was like, you know, one of those like really like super frugal dudes. But like she had no clue whatsoever that dude like goes through trash. Like, even he's that crazy. And now we're over here with Myra, and she's trying to show Wade how a massage is done. But now remember, Wade, if you have seen the prior episodes, you would actually recognize that he is like a really good massage therapist, masseuse. You know, he is like the connoisseur of massage. And like she's trying to show him how it's done, and he's just like, please, I am way better. I am your I dotted to your T's crossed, girl. Like, nah, like, I got this. He's like, I am totally way better at you than this, but I'll let you have it, okay? Like, at least you can massage me because I can't massage myself and have it feel the same way. So we are now scoping around, just kind of checking out everything. I really like being able to do the wide angle camera in The Sims. If you hit the tab key, then you can do this fun feature. And so we're just kind of peeking around, looking at everybody and seeing kind of what's up. He's making ham right now, or he made ham. And then it was really funny because for some reason, instead of using this ginormous island I created that they can easily get to and use, obviously, yes. No, they put all whatever they make on that little shelf that is, I guess, the shelf that functions from like the utensil holder over top of the stove. So I'm like, how do you even imagine that one? Like, I don't even get, like, how the heck Are you like even gonna tell me that that's the case? That they make a whole turkey dinner, or they make a whole ham, or wheat cookies, or what mind you, and the first place they put them isn't in the central location of the island. No, it's on some random obscure like shelf above the stove that contains utensils that you wouldn't even think is a shelf, because most of that decoration stuff doesn't function like you would think. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is kind of intense. Like, what? So I had to grab their stuff a couple times so that they could like reach it and get it to eat it, because yeah, they could reach it, but then it's like, what are they even eating? What is up there? And where is everything going? So it took me a moment to find it, and then they just kind of, had some nice dinner. Now we're like going and dancing, and there's just all kinds of like really cool fun stuff, and then the guys are kind of connecting in ways that they didn't think was possible, because like they're not people that they would like run into at the bar, like these aren't the guys that you would see like, hey, what's up, like, no, it's not like that. It's totally like these guys would have been on opposite ends of the bars hanging out with totally different people. And so they're like, yeah, we're connected, man, we didn't know we had so much in common. And then we have our other lead, Ben, over here. So we have Wade, Ben, and Holly. And Ben is like still cooking. He's like cooking up a storm. And a lot of it is because, like I said, I could not find the ham. And I was like, oh my gosh, like where did this freaking ham go? And so I couldn't find it at first. So I made him do it again. Like I made him cook the whole grand meal all over again because I couldn't find it. And I thought he just like, dropped it in the dishwasher, like just started cleaning up, or maybe Wade came in and cleaned it up, because like literally he's cleaning up. Yeah, so here's the cookies. Yes, this is our chocolate chip weed cookies. So yeah, now we called everybody to meal for the weed cookies, and they're like, oh, cookies. Only for adults, and only in legal states. Yes. And countries and provinces and islands and etc. that also allow it. However, we are now in kind of just like the dining room. Everybody's just kind of chilling and hanging out. It's like really cool time. And then all of a sudden, like some drama starts breaking out too. People are starting to get like, whoa, holy cow, like this is rad. Like I have never felt so happy. I've never been like on cloud nine like this in my life. Like, what are you even getting at? So they're just like totally mystified about these cookies, and just like this cloud seems to be around them, but a gentle one, that's not so smoky as much as it is just a psychological thing. And they're just like amazed, it seems. So now we kind of have everyone around chilling. And this is a good time to like really start trying to up the schmooze, like you really want to just kind of make that moment and really leave that impact, because you want to make sure that the person that you're engaged to now and even married to on the show is the same person you're actually going home to, because sometimes it doesn't quite work out, so, you kind of build these ideas up in your mind while you're there, and then it's like, is it going to really work out? And it's kind of neat because like the guys really are starting to connect, and I was really surprised, like because of their personality differences. But then it was really cool to be able to see Batista kind of get together with Ben and that work out, because like he had a really good running with a couple of the other guys. But a lot of Holly's guys turned out to be really creepy or weird or not. Oh, yep. He's like had his limit now. And then the other guys are just like up hanging out. But it's hilarious because they're just kind of different, but then they crossed paths and found each other. And, from the last episodes and stuff, it was hilarious because he just had a couple other options, but then Holly had like none, like hardly. Like she had a couple like decent dudes, but like her other two guys were creepy. And then of course we had that one crazy Patrick dude of Ben's. Like Ben had like really like 3 decent candidates of various qualities, but then like his 4th dude was insane, and like he was just like really cute and nice at first, like for a geeky bookworm way, But then all of a sudden he's just like, ah, crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And this is, Holly is now revealing more of herself and personality. No, really. Yes, girl, put some clothes on. No, there are children. Like, what are you even getting at? Like, I cannot even believe you're doing this right now. Like, holy smokes. Yes, like, she's just like, she came out of her bath or whatever, and I guess she like forgot her robe, or like, I don't even know what her story was. But now, like, to relieve some stress and get away from her embarrassment and stuff, she is like gonna start like trying candle making. Like, she's honestly like so ambitious and like just like that go-getter gal, that like she totally is like taking on all these different ideas and things that she wants to do to maybe like turn a buck, or like, you know, get more prestige or fame, or maybe she could run some sort of blog, you know, like about something that she hasn't discovered yet, but she's on her way, you know, and she's like, oh, I can do this. And so she is, you know, like in there, like just messing with the candles and stuff. And then all of a sudden Ben's like coming along and he's like, oh, mac and cheese, man. Oh my gosh, all those cookies. Now we're still hungry. Like, we're hungry. So then he's making like an industrial, like, sized container in a cauldron of mac and cheese. Yes, so that everybody gets theirs. So now he is just like so stoked about all this creativity he's got going on. And he's just really like stoking the flames on that. Oh, yay! And now Holly has actually achieved her goal of making something. She has made something. Wow. A candle. How fancy. She's going to keep that for a little while. We're going to go ahead and let that go. And then we're going to actually go and she's going to pop on another like little get together with everybody. And they're all going to go to the city market and kind of get everything together. And this is another build that I actually created. And I thought it'd be really fun to feature on the series because it's just kind of got an old whimsy vibe to it. It's based off of the Tomlinson Hall and city market that we have here in Indianapolis, where I live in the United States in Indiana. So yes, we are in, you know, our New Year's still and Eve, and I can't wait for the New Year, of course. And of course, a lot of people are probably seeing this afterwards because of, you know, our antiquated as of 2020 streaming and bandwidth ability that, you know, is taking a little bit of time to get the 4K HDR out there, which I'm sure eventually will become obsolete too, but I'm trying to be on the bleeding edge. So I created this building actually to kind of pay homage to it because the Tomlinson Hall actually caught fire and it burnt down. And there's this old like wives' tale or whatever, like this old folklore of the indie lore stuff, you know, where, you know, it burnt down because there was a like crow or like some sort of bird that came and grabbed a half-lit cigarette, and like a cherried cigarette as we call it, and so they took it and then it like flew, dropped it on this city, like this building, which is part of our city market, and where a lot of people went and like had office space on the upper floor, but then below it and since the 1800s, you know, like had this down there that was just like market, like really fun, all kinds of fun things, and just like pastries and every kind of like bizarre market you've seen, like an open market kind of thing, just a lot of stuff, and it was so cool. And so I built this kind of in homage of that because we only have half of the building now left, and it's like the little shrimpy part of the building that looks like, if anybody that's not from Indy would just think it's like an industrial looking building, like it only has like the features of the brick sort of like, you know, just standard building. If it weren't for like the little like embellishments and features that they had put on it, like you wouldn't even know. So I made this and I was like, yes, I'm going to put this in here because I think it's fun. And so this is also going to help them achieve a lot of their goals here for their night on the town evening, which is the day before or their Christmas Eve, basically. Or, I mean, New Year's Eve, of course, sorry. So I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is so great. Like, now we're, coming in on New Year's Eve, and what a better place than, thinking about and dreaming about being in like a public space, and being able to be around a lot of people and shopping small, in small business, and like, really kind of trying to pay it forward where you can and if you can. And so, I really can't wait for that time. And so that's kind of why I kind of featured that little segment there, and kind of really, kind of make that as sort of like a focal point here too. So now we have everybody, they're kind of making their last spiel. We have all the three major players of the house kind of delivering a little bit of speeches here. And as you can see, you can kind of tell who's most popular and kind of where that went a little bit. So let's listen a little bit here. Oh yes, he's really going on it. Oh yes. Power. Yes, he's just like so like into his own identity and just like knows who he is and how to execute a good speech, and everybody started coming around for it, so that's a good sign. And he like is really just impassioned about how everything is gone and how the new year has been, and now she's giving her speech about it, but everybody just kind of like meh. And it's really kind of Batista to sit here and listen to her like ramp up about her like New Year's speech, because like she's just like, no one is hardly paying attention, and it's really sad, but at least he was kind enough to pay attention. And I think some of it is because he wanted to just show up for Ben and like just be supportive for Ben, and kind of get that extra bit from him, like, oh yeah, at least I supported Holly, your fellow contestant. So now they are really kind of going on. Ben's going on and on about his year. And then all of a sudden, woohoo, we got invited to a new festival. This is the Festival of Light. And I can't wait for you guys to stay tuned for the next episode, which will be the Festival of Light and the finale to the series. Thanks again so much for tuning in.